Hey everybody, it is Echo Music here, along with my dog Ember. She's cute, isn't she? And today I will be doing my first ever 911 Lone Star episode review. So if you don't know, 911 Lone Star is my favorite show, and on top of that, I've been doing a bass cover series from the show. So I've been taking songs from the show and covering them on bass guitar. I will make sure I post a link in the description to the playlist. A new cover comes out every Saturday, so make sure you watch out for that. And today I will be talking about episode 4-1 titled The New Hotness, which just came out this past Tuesday. So let's get started.
This is a classic cruising bike. I mean, look at those lines. Its design speaks to heritage, tradition. It's a connection to the past.
Not yours.
Is that what the salesman told you?
That is actually what my riding buddy Red said.
Oh, Red said.
You got a riding buddy now?
Several of them, actually. Yeah, we met at a stoplight, just chopping it up. And that's the thing. It's not just the freedom of the road, it's the fellowship.
So pretty early on in the episode, we find out that Owen seems to be having another midlife crisis. I mean, the dude's got a midlife crisis like every season going on. We see in this episode him coming into the 126 fire station on a motorcycle, and come to find out he's got some sort of new riding buddies. I mean, clearly he is bored. But these new riding buddies are not good. Come to find out, they're a Nazi group. I mean, Owen, your son is gay and Jewish. This is wrong on so many levels. And later on, you see Judd talk to Owen about his dangerous situations he seems to get into. I mean, he gets into so many at work. How many does he need outside of work? And I don't know. It seems to be a pattern with him, to get into these dangerous situations. It's like he thrives on it. You see in season 2, where he gets involved with an arsonist, which leads to the 126 fire station getting blown up, Carlos's townhouse getting burned down. In season 3, you see him with Sadie, and then she drugs TK and Carlos, which leads to TK going back to his day 1 of sobriety. I mean, I think Owen needs to think about these things, because every time he puts himself in these situations, he's not only putting himself in danger, but he's putting so many others at risk. So I'm a little nervous about this. I'm thinking there's gonna be some danger coming on in the next couple episodes. So I guess we'll just have to wait and find out.
Slippery little sucker.
You don't need the camera.
Coffee.
Oh, it slipped down further.
Close to dropping
No,
down.
forget the camera. No time. Get him up.
Are we gonna lay him down?
No, Heimlich. Okay. All right.
So also in this episode, we see the 126 race to a fair to help save people after a hurricane-like storm and a heat burst. Seems like to me, Texas has some crazy weather stuff, because I mean, we've seen a tornado, we've seen a solar storm, a dust storm, a snowstorm, and now this. I don't know if I could ever live in Texas if that's what happens. Now, I don't know if the rescues were super thrilling, but I mean, the frog rain was kind of interesting. I didn't even know it could rain frogs. So I actually looked it up, and yeah, it can rain frogs, but it can also rain other animals too, like worms and spiders. I really hate spiders, so it better never rain spiders near me, or we're gonna have some problems. And y'all, so Tommy has a new lover interest. I am super excited about this, because last season I was not digging the whole Julius love thing. To me, that felt weird. I mean, he's the brother of her dead husband. It was just too weird. I mean, I like the character, I like Julius, I just didn't like him with Tommy. So I'm really excited about this. You see her rescue Trevor twice at the fair, but come to find out at the end of the episode, he's the new pastor at the church. Now, I think this is gonna make Tommy feel like she's gotta, be this good person 24/7 if she's gonna be with him, but hey, Tommy, pastors can be fun. Just saying. But I hope this love interest will flourish, and we'll get to see more of them in the coming episodes. Now, let's talk about Tarlos. So Tarlos is my favorite TV show couple. I love them so much. And we find out in this episode that Carlos has this major secret he needs to drop on TK. So we had known that there was this secret that was going to be coming out probably back last year in September. And so there's been a lot of theories going around, and I kind of joined in and had a couple theories myself. First, I thought maybe he was a veteran in the military. I mean, we saw the actor, Raphael, training with some veterans, so I thought, maybe he was a veteran and maybe one of his friends was going to go missing and he was going to put himself in danger this season to, go and find this friend of his. And then we saw the promo about a week before and we saw Iris was going to be back. Now, if you don't remember who Iris was the girl that went missing in season 1. She was Michelle's sister, and Carlos helped Michelle try to find her. Well, I thought, okay, so I think that Iris is part of this secret. So one of my other favorite TV shows is Grey's Anatomy. And I don't know, one night I just started thinking about when Teddy married Henry to give him health insurance. And I was like, I think that's something Carlos might do. Help Iris out with health insurance by marrying her. So that was my other big theory. So let's find out what the secret actually is.
You're pissed.
No. Maybe? Just a little confused. So you're married
In name only.
to a woman.
Back then, that was the only way you could do it.
Who is this person? I mean, did she need a green card or something?
No. We went to high school together. She was a few years ahead of me. We were best friends, and we were both lost, I guess. When I came out to my parents, and the way that they never talked about it again, it felt like I disappointed them.
So you married a woman?
I married my best friend.
And did she know you were gay?
She knew everything about me. We loved each other, TK. And we tried to convince ourselves that we could make it work. You were wrong.
So Carlos is married to Iris. So I kind of got my theory correct. So you see here that Carlos married Iris because he felt like he disappointed his parents. So he married his best friend. And the marriage didn't work because he's gay. Now, I don't know about you, but this made me fall in love with Carlos even more. So Carlos is my favorite character on the show because when I look at Carlos, I see myself in the mirror. Carlos and I are so similar. We have a similar personality, similar things we've been through, and it feels great to finally see a character that I look at and I can relate to. And Carlos is that character for me. He's my comfort character, and I love him so much. And shout out to Raphael, the actor, for portraying Carlos with so much sincerity. And I couldn't imagine anyone else but Raphael playing Carlos. I couldn't imagine anyone else. But I can understand where Carlos came from, marrying Iris back in the day. I mean, all he wanted was acceptance, and he wanted to control and be loved, and he felt like that was the way he had to go about it. And as a queer person myself, I've definitely tried to do things that wasn't me, and to gain that love, to gain that acceptance. I grew up in a traditional family. I grew up in the church, so I know what it's like to come out and not be accepted by people you want to be accepted by. So I feel like Carlos just became even more relatable for me in this episode with this secret.
Okay, if she was your best friend, then how come I've never met her? I mean, is she still in Texas?
As far as I know. Yeah. You remember Captain Blake?
Michelle? Wait, Michelle Blake is your wife?
Michelle is my sister-in-law. I'm married to Iris.
Iris, Michelle's little sister, the one that went missing?
I told you, things happened, TK. We all thought she was dead.
And then she came back.
With schizophrenia. She needed help.
And staying married is helping her?
My health insurance is helping her.
So you also see after Iris came back that Carlos actually stayed married to her so he could help her out and she could have his health insurance because, Iris came back with schizophrenia and she needed help. And this is just Carlos being an overall really good person. I mean, even if maybe he shouldn't have stayed married now that he was in a relationship with TK, he does everything with good intentions. And so I can't fault him for that. I think he did what he thought was best, and that's just Carlos. All right, so I just want to clear up a couple questions that I think people have been asking on social media, and here are my thoughts on it. Obviously, everyone has their own opinion. One of them was, why did Carlos act the way he did in season 1? So in season 1, you kind of see him act a little bit more nonchalantly in terms of him trying to find Iris with Michelle. Michelle obviously wanted her sister back, and I think in season 1, Iris had been gone for 3 years, and everyone deals with grief differently. She was presumed dead, and I think Carlos probably got to the point in his life where he was like, okay, she's probably not coming back. I need to move on with my life. I'm sure he grieved. I'm sure he did. But at some point, you gotta move on and you gotta be happy and you gotta live your life. My therapist always tells me, you can't change the past and you can't predict the future. So you gotta live in the moment. And I think Carlos was doing that in season 1. I think he was living in the moment and being like, okay, I'm sure she'd want me to be happy, and I'm gonna go be happy, and I'm gonna go live my life. And obviously Michelle maybe had a different timeline for grief, and she was still feeling the loss of her sister and wanted her back. And still, Carlos was a great friend and really helped her out. So I think that's just why he acted the way he did, and obviously I'd love to know your thoughts on that. So let me know in the comments what you think. Now, another question people are having is, why didn't he tell TK for so long? Now, I don't know if I have a great answer for this, but my theory would be that, TK has a history of running away. You saw that when Carlos bought the loft last season, and TK ran away because things got too good. So I can assume TK could run away because things got too hard and too bad. Do I think Carlos should have kept the secret from him that long? Probably not. I mean, this is something big, and TK should have known when things got super serious before they even got engaged. But I understand why Carlos did it in a way too. But to me, this shows that Carlos is human. We all make mistakes. We're all not perfect. And I think finally we see that, because Carlos, in the past seasons, you see him as this all-around good person who never makes mistakes, it seems like. And now we see him probably make a mistake, and that to me is human, and that to me is super relatable, and again, why he is such a relatable character to so many people, including myself. On top of that, I want to give a shout out to TK. I mean, TK did not run away. TK stayed and comforted Carlos, even though I know that had to be hard. That shows the maturity, the growth that TK has, and that is something to be admirable.
You look so
Normal, stable, uninsane.
happy.
Yeah, I guess I am, aren't I? I don't know, working here and helping the community, something clicked. Cherry on top,
Free coffee.
health benefits. Sanctuary Hearts has full coverage, meds and all. No longer your responsibility, Carlos. So tell me about this boy.
TK. Well, he used to be a firefighter in New York. Now he's a paramedic.
Always good to have one of those in the family.
He's been through a lot. Currently not in a coma.
Also a plus.
What can I say? He's the one.
Yeah, but is he hot?
Smoking.
Well, I can't wait to meet him.
Well, you'll come to the wedding.
Oh, no, I think I need to meet him before that. If I'm going to sign the divorce papers with a clear conscience.
You're joking.
How's tomorrow night?
And Iris is back, and she's doing better. And I'm so happy that she is better, and she's really happy, and that makes me so happy to see. And I'm totally living for this Carlos-Iris friendship. I mean, I've been wanting to see Carlos' backstory and where he come from and everything for so long, and I feel like we're finally starting to get that and what makes him him, and that is super exciting to me. And I'm a little nervous though, because I don't think Iris is gonna make it easy for Carlos and TK. I have a feeling she is gonna pushed this signing this divorce papers for so long. I mean, Iris, just sign the divorce papers, please, because I really want Carlos to get married. But we'll have to wait and see. Hopefully, in the next few episodes, she'll sign those divorce papers and we'll be good to go. Now, I want to say thank you guys so much for watching my first ever 911 Lone Star episode review. A new review will be out every Sunday after the new episode that aired. So keep watch. Make sure you subscribe to my channel, give this video a thumbs up, and stay tuned for more.